Denver, Colorado. Weighing in at Little Homie, John.
Oh, I can't wait to see this one.
Of all the superstars on the roster, this guy is amongst the hardest working. That goes without saying.
Definitely shout out to Don Chaos. We know you got our back, and we got your back too, man. Denver, Colorado all day, brother. We're definitely going to hook up with you. Much love to Carnival Spirits for putting us on as well on this YouTube, man.
Shout out to you, Don Chaos, for, I mean, what is this, episode like 126 or something like that?
Yes, sir.
You've been putting in work, bro. Respect. Y'all doing some shit for the community and the fam out there. Appreciate it. So just keep doing what y'all doing, you know what I mean?
Congrats to Don Chaos for 1,000 subscribers. Whoop, whoop.
Keep it going, man.
Congratulations, Don Chaos. Yes, keep it going, man. Good luck to you, fucking Don Chaos, and fucking hell yeah on your 1,000 fucking followers.
You know who it is. It's Ouija Mac, bitch. Shout out to Carnival Spirits. And fucking shout out to Don Chaos one time. You know what's going on.
This is my brother. Everyone, Don Chaos and Brother Lynch Hung here.
Yeah, and Carnival Spirits. What's up, man? Don Chaos. What's up? It's your boy, Brother Lynch Hung. We out here tonight. Listen.
Fuego Flays and my nigga Don Chaos. What's going on, B? It's my brother right here. It's my boy. Excuse the laugh. Excuse the laugh.
Yo, what up, y'all? This is Don Chaos, and I'm with a very legendary man. Go ahead and introduce yourself. Hey, Sean. Yeah, we at the gathering, y'all.
Radio show of the year. This one's always controversial. Coming in number one, we got Hours of Chaos with Don Chaos. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, there. Congratulations, man. Don Chaos, Hours of Chaos.
Yo, 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 yo. What is good, everyone? Y'all already know who this is. This is Mr. D to the O to the N to the C to the H to the A to the O to the S. Your friendly neighborhood JUWGALO Karma Millionaire. If you don't know, now you know. If you still don't know, then chat, let them hear it. What is good, everyone? How is everyone on this lovely Thursday evening? Got 3 people in the chat. What is good, Shanzi? What is good, Charles Reeves? What's good, babe? So yeah, how is everyone? Of course, tonight we are going to be joined by the one and only horror case, Cosmic Horror Show. She's going to be joining us tonight. You know, if you guys don't know about Cosmic Horror Show, you should. Or Cosmic Horror Case. Just very dope stuff there. Yeah, if you don't know about Cosmic Horror Show, you really should know. So I'm going to go ahead and send the link to our guest. Let me make sure all my settings are set right. Okay. What is up, Roxy Riddlebox? What's good? Let me try something out. I'm trying to test something out. Okay, that's how I probably do it. Okay. Just chilling. Just chilling. All right, let's go ahead and send the link to our guests. Yeah, that's one of our cats in the background. Oh, yeah. That's Olivia. Yeah, cats are just mad chill. Let me refresh something. Let me reload something, y'all. Hold on. Okay, that's a little better. I'm trying to get my screen share option to work, and for some reason it's not working. Don't know why. All right, y'all. Please welcome to the show the one and the only Cosmic Horror Show. What's up?
What's up, Don Chaos? Thanks for having me on.
What's up? Thank you for coming on.
How's it going?
Good. How about you?
Good. It's been a long day, but tomorrow's Friday. Looking forward to that. And it's Juggalo Day tomorrow, too. So that's nice.
Exactly. It's become an annual thing.
I know. We got to celebrate even if there's no, like, official, psychopathic celebrations.
Right? It's like, remember back in the days when there used to just be mini gatherings?
Yeah, where I'm from in Salt Lake, we always did a bunch of Juggalo barbecues and stuff. That's kind of how we got the fam together. I don't know if there was enough people here for mini gatherings, but we barbecued like a motherfucker, though.
Hell yeah. Well, what you know, probably what we do on the show, you just give a brief introduction, who you are, where you're from, and then, yeah, we will like ask with the questions.
Absolutely. So I'm Angela. I own and manage and run Cosmic Horror Show. I'm from Utah, 801. We're no fun. And I don't know, that's about it. I make dope merch and I sell it on Etsy.
Hell yeah. What actually inspired you to want to start doing that? And I love like your merch. It's like fresh.
Thank you so much. So a lot of stuff. I mean, mostly what brought me to that was just sitting around with homies and thinking of like stupid t-shirt ideas, like something funny, and we're like, oh, we got to put that on a t-shirt. But a lot of the art that I use, the Hatchet Man and stuff that I use, they were actually drawn by my son's dad, and he passed away. So I figured this was a good way to kind of share his art with the Juggalo world, because I have like a book of all of his art, and it was just sitting there collecting dust, and I'm like, this is way too fresh to keep it all to myself.
Hell yeah, that's dope. Like, I love the variations like of the Hatchet Man and stuff.
Thank you. Those are my favorites for sure.
So of course, like we usually ask our guests, is how did you get into like ICP, and what was like the first song that like grasped your attention when it came to them?
Oh man, the first song that grasped my attention, that's hard to say. I would say maybe How Many Times. My cousin, I was maybe 12 or so, and my cousin showed me the Great Malenko and the Riddle Box, and gave me like Riddle Box on cassette tape. I think it was like a bootleg, you know, that she just recorded, but I bumped the shit out of that. And then I don't know, a few years later, like I kind of bumped that and didn't really find more music until a few years later. And I don't know, then I would say it was like the intro on Ringmaster, Wax Museum. Like that's, I don't know, that really caught me, and that's when I'm like, I'm a Juggalo. Like this is for me for sure.
Hell yeah, and of course, like the Juggalo scene's been pretty like big, like in Utah, like always, like since back in the day. And for some reason, Utah Juggalos and Colorado Juggalos, we've always been like tight knit for some reason. Have you noticed that?
I mean, we just live on the other side of the mountain from each other, basically neighbors.
Yeah. Well, I don't live in Colorado anymore. Of course, I like live in Florida now, but you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's mountain Juggalos, though. We got to deal with the snow, and like Denver is so much like Salt Lake City. They're like twins.
Exactly. That's why I laugh down here in Florida when it's like 40, 50 degrees out and they think it's like cold. I'm like, this is not cold.
Oh my goodness. Here, weather like that, people be wearing shorts and like going swimming and stuff.
Hell yeah. And what was actually like your first show, if you like remember and stuff?
So my first show was the Hell's Pit tour in Utah at the it was at the fairgrounds. My first show was supposed to be Black Rain, the Dark Lotus tour, and I had tickets. My mom drove me and my little juggy friends to the venue, and it had been canceled. Like there was a yellow sign on the door, Dark Lotus has been canceled. So, but I caught Hell's Pit when it came around, and that was such a great show. It was really cold. It was like, I can't remember if it was October or November, but my mom also, I was really young. I was like 14, 15, and my mom picked me up, and me and my friends were all soaked in Faygo, and it was all foggy, and it was good times.
Now, when you went to your first show, did you know what you were getting yourself into? Did you know how a show was, or did you not know what you were getting into? Were you like surprised more?
I had no idea. I mean, I had seen some concert DVDs, but I mean, I didn't really have like the internet and stuff. I really didn't know what to expect. I knew that they like sprayed some Faygo, but I didn't know that I was going to be completely obliterated and hit in the face, and like, but I had the best time of my life.
Hell yeah. I remember when they did like Hell's Pit one year at the Gathering, they performed that in its entirety. I'm like, you know, it would make this set even awesome if they were performing under a blood red moon.
That would be so dope. That was my first Gathering too. Like, it's crazy how it comes full circle, because like it was my first tour, and then my first Gathering was Woopstock, where they did that. And I kept making jokes because they had Fago on stage the whole time, but they didn't spray it until Armageddon. And I was like, this really is Hell's Pit, like waiting for like watching the whole show and there's no Fago and it's just up there and it's hot and they should spray it on us.
Yeah, and it was cool that they were actually spraying red pop, like to emulate blood. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was so cool.
Yeah, that was actually my first gathering too.
Oh, that's cool. It was a good one. I'm so sad that I missed all the old ones. Like I never got to see Psychopathic Ridas live and missed Wizard of the Hood, but I'm, at least I'm grateful to be able to have seen what I have.
Yeah, that was a good gathering. And then one of my favorite ones was the one in 2019 when it was in Indiana. That's when it like had Suicide Boys and Ghostbane performing there.
Yeah, that lineup was awesome. I hated that location though. I hated it so bad.
Yeah, I mean, the gathering was nice and big, but it was like too big to where it was hard to get from one place to another unless you had a golf cart or something.
Yeah, it was brutal. And it was, I don't know, I guess it wasn't really that hot, but it was humid as hell. And like, I'm not used to that stuff and I was dying. Ohio's humid too, but Legend Valley doesn't get that bad.
Exactly. In Legend Valley, it's like you pretty much know where everything is and stuff.
Yeah, I like Legend Valley. I know some people don't like it or think it's too small, but I never got to go to Nelson Ledges, so I don't have anything better to compare it to, I guess.
Yeah, the good spot about Indiana is luckily where me and my homies were, it was like in a tree line, so it was very shady, which was good.
That's good. Where did you camp at?
We were actually like right in the middle. We only had to go up the hill halfway and then halfway down the hill, so it wasn't too bad.
Smart. Super smart. I was in Ballas and it was nice for like getting in and like getting your stuff in, but it was so far from everything. I missed all of the like daytime second stage stuff and I ended up just like driving my car to the seminar because I was like, I'm not missing that.
Yeah, in Indiana, we were right by where that water tower is. That's where our campsite was.
Oh, dope. Nice and shady. I saw a bunch of ninjas up in there with hammocks and stuff. I'm like, oh, they're smart.
Oh, yeah.
I was roasting in the sun.
And how did you actually come up with the name of your company and stuff like Cosmic Horror Show?
Well, it was a long process. It's basically... I'm a nerd. It came from, so cosmic horror is what they call Cthulhu in like the H.P. Lovecraft novels. And then from one of my other favorite things, A Clockwork Orange, they're saying like real horror show and stuff like that. So I just mashed Cthulhu with Clockwork Orange basically. And I wanted it to be more like a brand, like, I know the name's kind of weird, but I didn't want it to be, clothing or something. Like I want it to be a brand so that I'm not confined to one area. Like I can make anything and hopefully people will recognize it.
Hell yeah. And I love the work you do. I think that's just like fresh.
Thank you so much. I try really hard and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, like that's one thing I like is like there's so many like creative like juggalos like in the scene and stuff.
There are for sure, and I try and support them too. If you can see, I don't know if you can see on my wall, my thing is backwards. That way. I have a Wicked Dream Creations mirror up there, and I have some art from Dead Canvas, Chesty, and I try and support all the other Juggalo artists too. Like there's just so much talent in our little juggy scene, and I think it's so fresh that everybody's doing their thing and like I don't know, and people really support it too. Like Renee, Shaggy's wife, bought some stuff from my store and I like about cried. Like she's the sweetest lady in the world. And
oh yeah, she is like the nicest lady. She's the nicest lady too.
Yeah, she's so nice. And it's so funny because you remember my homie Wally Havoc, he was on your show. Me and Wally met Renee at last year's Juggalo Day, and Wally just was like in love. He's like, I wonder if Shaggy's down to be brother husbands. Like, I think I'm in love with his wife. And I'm like, I don't blame you. Renee's amazing.
Yeah, like some of the pranks she does to Shaggy, though, I'm like, yeah, he's got a wife that's a savage. That's awesome.
She's trying to kill his ass. I swear to God.
Yeah, like some of those early stuffs that Shaggy would post with his wife pranking him is fucking funny.
Mm-hmm. Super funny.
And where can people like expect like to get your stuff? Obviously, like we have your link down below, so if people want to go get your stuff.
Yeah, so you can always order on Etsy. I also do a lot of booths at like local shows and stuff here. So coming up next week, I have a booth at the Cody Manson show in Salt Lake at Liquid Joe's on, I think that one's the 24th, and then the 25th, we're going to follow the tour up to Idaho Falls, and I'll have a booth there too. I always bring merch with me to the gathering, so you'll see my flyer at the 801 Juggalo camp. And yeah, you can always message me too, like put in orders that way. I have like these pins and stuff that aren't on my Etsy. The camera's not mirrored and I'm so not used to it, but I'm getting there.
Those are so fresh.
Thank you. They're not packaged up, but those aren't on my Etsy. So if people want like that kind of stuff, they can message me. The best way is just to follow my Instagram and Facebook, because if there's anything that isn't going to be on my Etsy, I'll post about it and let people know.
And what are some other designs you're coming up with? Like you can like shed some light or a preview. What are you currently working on, or is that a surprise?
So I'm working on a lot of stuff. I have my Scrub Gang collection out on the website right now, so that's up until tomorrow. I actually have some stuff, but it's in the other room. Do you mind if I go grab it real quick?
Yeah, go right ahead.
Okay, I'll be super quick. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome.
Do you have little yappy dogs too?
Yes, I do.
What kind of dogs do you have?
Just a Chihuahua.
A Chihuahua, how cute. I have 2 wiener dogs and a Schnauzer and a Jack Russell, and they're all barky little shits.
Yeah, she only barks when there's someone at the door or if she's trying to play with one of the cats.
Yeah, at least she's friendly to the cats. That's cute.
Yes.
So here's the Scrub Gang bucket hat.
Oh, yeah.
That's on the store. So these are only available till tomorrow. Sorry, I'm still getting used to the not mirrored camera eventually.
Oh, you're good.
And they're reversible.
Yeah, the quality of that is really dope.
Thank you. I worked really hard. The fulfillers that I use are expensive and I hardly make any money off of my stuff, but I wanted to make sure that it was really good quality. That was more important to me than like going cheap and making it not very good. And I have a hoodie here too. And these, even though they're available on the Etsy until tomorrow at midnight, and then they'll be down. But I will have some of this stuff, just a couple things at like upcoming events and stuff. So that's the hoodie.
Oh,
yeah. And then I have lots of other stuff. So this is a fairly new design, and it wasn't a big hit. Like, I just don't know if people really got it. But I really like it. So this is the Mighty Death Chop.
Oh, I love that one.
Thank you. I just don't know if people know who Chop Top is, or, but this is a dress I made with that. And so I've done like some of these like second deck Joker card mashup. I know a lot of people have mashed up like the first deck with horror stuff.
Mm-hmm.
but I haven't really seen any second deck stuff. And really what got me started on it is my sweet son, he's 9, and this was a couple years ago. He drew Freddy and Jason as Fearless Fred Fury. And I was like, oh my God, that's dope. And so I had to make a Fearless Freddy Fury. I don't have anything like showing that design, but it's on my web store. But that kind of inspired me to make the Mighty Death Chop. And then I made the Yum Yum mixed with Audrey 2 from Little Shop of Horrors.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. So I like those two. But yeah, the Mighty Death Chop one, I think I sold like one shirt, like that just flopped. But I'm like, I like it, so.
Well, I definitely have plans, and me and the missus do have plans to buy some of your stuff, and we'll definitely promote it heavily.
Dope, thank you. I really appreciate that.
Because that's one of the many reasons why I started this podcast is I love to like promote people, like whether someone who has their own business or an up-and-coming artist, a well-known artist.
Yeah, and we have, there's just so much talent in the Juggalo world, like artists, music, lots of different stuff, and it's just so good to network and meet cool people while you do it. That's been my kind of favorite part of starting my business and stuff, is just all the cool people that I've met and been able to collaborate with and stuff.
Yeah, that's another reason why I like doing it. Like I always tell people, if you want to get by doing something that you love, and do it because you're having fun with it.
Exactly.
Like I have some friends that like draw so good. I'm like, gosh, I wish I could draw that good.
And I'm not a great artist. Like I never have been. I just kind of went for it, and like I do my best and just have fun with it. But there's so many out there that are so much better than me, but it doesn't like stop me from putting my stuff out there,
Yeah, definitely check out my homie Dankalo Art. She does a lot of very dope artwork.
Oh, dope. I think I follow her on Instagram.
Yeah, she's done an art piece for me. She like did like the anime girl version like she's done that for me.
Oh, dope.
Which that is available as a shirt, y'all, in the description. So if y'all want to pick that up.
That's so awesome.
And if you could pick or actually better yet, what was like the first song that you remember hearing in general that got you into music, like in general? Like me, it was like a lot of the music that my parents were listening to.
Yeah, for me, I mean, what got me like enthusiastic about music, it was Weird Al. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
hell yeah.
And I can't remember what song, but there was like back in the day on MTV, they'd have where they'd play like the real song and then they'd play like the Weird Al parody. Mm-hmm. And I remember the like a Surgeon and like Amish Paradise and stuff. And like, I don't know, I was so enthusiastic. I found in my mom's little like cedar chest a letter that I wrote to Weird Al when I was 10, like telling him I'm your biggest fan. And she never sent it to him, but it was cute though.
Who knows? Maybe she can send it to him now.
Right.
Yeah, I love Weird Al. Like, I still haven't seen the movie about him, but I heard it was pretty interesting.
It's so good. Like, highly recommend. I watched it a couple weeks ago with my boyfriend, and it was fire.
Yeah, me and the missus need to watch that. We're like, we need to watch this because Daniel Radcliffe playing Weird Al, that seems interesting.
Yeah, I was like, what? But he really kills it, and like, it's just so great.
Yeah, he's a phenomenal actor.
He really is. He was in that Horns movie that was written by Joe Hill, Stephen King's son, and like, he killed it in that too. I was like, oh my God, like, dang, this freaking guy.
Yeah, it's like with like Robert Pattinson, like people always think of Twilight, and I tell people if you take Twilight out of the way, he's done other good movies since then.
I don't know that I've seen any. I didn't watch the Batman movie that he was in, but I need to.
It's really good. He did very good.
Yeah.
He will surprise you, but in a very good way.
Good. I heard he's kind of angsty, like an angsty Batman, but like Batman should be kind of angsty though, so.
Exactly, and the reason why he's younger, it's because the movie is like him being his first years as Batman, so that's what makes it a good movie.
That's awesome. I'll have to watch it.
Yeah, if you don't mind the movie being 3 hours, but it's good, and the actor that played Penguin did phenomenally. Like when you read who does the Penguin, you're gonna be like, no way, you can't even recognize him.
Really? I have no idea. I'm gonna have to check that out because I'm also a nerd about that stuff. I watched Gotham, and in Gotham they have Pee Wee Herman being Penguin's dad, just like he was in like the OG Tim Burton. And I was like, oh my gosh, nerd moment. That was so dope. So I'm excited to see.
My friend just said in the chat, spoiler alert, it's Colin Farrell who plays the Penguin in the new Batman movie.
Hella spoilers. That's okay. I'm still gonna watch it.
But yeah, you won't recognize that it's Colin Farrell when you watch it. You'll be like, what?
That's dope. Hell yeah.
Yeah, me and my fiance are basically nerds too. Like I showed her the movie for the Flash, like the trailer, and she's like, oh my God, that looks really good. Like the second she can see Michael Keaton returning as Batman, she's like, yes.
Yeah, that sold me on it too. I haven't, like, I'm so behind on all the DC movies, but Michael Keaton was the best Batman besides Adam West, in my opinion. And I was like so geeked. I'm like, no way, like fuck yeah.
Yeah, I think everyone's played Batman in their own way. Like my top favorites are Michael Keaton, Adam West, and then Christian Bale.
I liked Christian Bale. Like I think he was a super dope Bruce Wayne. I hate his bat voice.
Yes, I always do parodies of that, like just to make people laugh.
Yeah. But besides that, like those movies are great. And I didn't like Tom Hardy as Bane either, but besides that, like no other gripes with those movies. They were great.
Yeah, Heath Ledger nailed it being the Joker. He nailed that role.
Yeah, he was so great.
And I think every actor's like done their own version. What made those like Christian Bale Batman movies was it was like Batman if he was like in the real world. That was like his version of it.
Yeah, like it was, I don't know, realistic. Like this shit could really happen.
Yeah, like they finally went into like the Joker's origin in that. Like he was apparently a retired vet that the government fucked over and he like went crazy.
Yeah, those were really good. I'm trying to get my son to watch them. I don't know, his attention span's not quite there yet, but someday.
Gotham is really good. I loved that too.
I did too. I thought that was good. I know that they, like, some of the villains' backstories, they weren't, true to the real origins, but I thought it was interesting though.
When I tell people it's like watching an old-fashioned cop show, but in Batman's world, which is cool.
Yeah, for real. It really is.
The actor that they chose to play Penguin in there did phenomenal, though.
Yeah, he was killer. He was so dope.
Hell, even
and I like how they have all the mobs and gangs and stuff, and they kind of just like go into how Gotham became so like fucked up.
Exactly, and I told people it's like watching Smallville, if you remember that show, but it's like Gotham, basically.
Yeah, that makes sense too. That was a good show too.
And another question we usually ask our guests is like, what are some of like your top like favorite movies that you can never get tired of watching? Like no matter what, you tell people we're watching this. We've watched it many times, but we're still watching it.
Oh man, my number one favorite movie of all time is Shawshank Redemption. Like that is just a great freaking movie, but also Creepshow 1 and 2. And the Evil Dead 1 and 2. Like, those are just, I don't know. I could never get sick of those movies.
Hell yeah. And what were, like, the 5 albums that you remember that, like, changed your life? Or what are your top 5 albums of, like, all time?
Oh, that's so hard. Definitely Ringmaster. West Side Connection, Bow Down.
Hell yeah.
That for sure. KOD. Oh, Tales from the Lotus Pod. and Go by Chris Calico.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Yes, great album.
But then again, I love a lot of Chris Calico's work. He's just a phenomenal artist.
He really is. Yeah, he's all the way around just an amazing artist, and he's so interactive with his fans and stuff. Like, he's just so humble and great. Him and his wife too.
Yeah, y'all never know. We might get Chris Calico on here someday, but who knows?
That would be so dope. You should. I bet it would be lots of fun.
Oh yeah. Tech is another one of my favorite artists. Like, one thing I love about the artists I love is they're like just so diverse. Like, they don't just have one style. And I think that's another reason why a lot of us fell in love with ICP, is because they are very diverse even in themselves.
Yeah, for sure. I think there's a lot of songs where I like play it for someone and they're like, I would have never guessed this is ICP, like Wind Me Up, or I don't know, my mom loves Let's Go All the Way. Like, she's like, let's listen to that song, you know? Like, they are so diverse, like, within themselves, and that's why, like, I don't know, some Juggalo rappers need to like think outside of the box a little more, because like that's already been like done before. Like, all the artists we love, like you say, they're so multi-dimensional. Like, you can't really put them in a box or, you know what to expect from them.
Yeah, it's like, now if you want to pay like homage to them, fine, like in a song or something, fine.
Yeah, but you have to find your own, what makes you unique and run with that just like they did.
Exactly. And in my opinion, Jay's going to go down as like one of the greatest storytellers of all time, like one of them.
Yeah, I think he absolutely is. He is a great storyteller rapper. Like, those are my favorite Violent J tracks, where he's telling a story, and like that's what rap used to be. That's what it like originated from, like, and there's no one better in my opinion. I mean, nobody can do it like Jay. And then he can also do songs like, Scatterbrain, where he's just rapping about nothing at all, and it's still fresh as fuck.
Exactly. And I tell people that's like his crazy like clown gimmick.
Yeah, for sure. He's my hero, man. That is my number one hero.
Yeah, and all the times when I've interacted with them, they've just been mad chill, very humble.
Yeah, I got to go at the last gathering. I got to go on the Bigfoot hunt with them, and like that was so much fun. Like, I know everybody talked shit like, oh, it was so expensive. I ended up buying a pass from this dude who, like, he just wanted the merch, so I grabbed his pass from him for like $100, and man, like, it was like a 45-minute to an hour hayride with like corny spooky shit, but like it was, commentary by ICP and Jump Steady, and it was totally worth the money. Like, it was so much fun.
Yeah, one of my favorite things they did set-wise was when they did that acoustic set, like in 2019.
That was tons of fun.
And I just love how they're always like playing like more than one set at the gathering.
Yeah, I live for those, like the special sets. Like the jukebox set this last year was so amazing, and the Bazaar show, like that might be one of the best ICP shows I've ever seen.
Oh yeah, that was a great set, and I actually got on stage for that. Like when they were telling people to come on stage, I actually got on stage.
Oh, nice. I bet that was so fun.
Yeah, it was like recording me getting on stage. So I was like, okay, this is going to go either a good way or a bad way. So I'm like holding my camera while jumping on the barricade over one hand, and I like landed on my foot. I'm like, I'm either going to land perfectly on my feet or I'm going to fall flat on my ass.
Oh my goodness. I'm so way too scared to jump the barricade. I just see pictures of people just like face first over it, and I'm like, they're gonna freaking like go face first into that like rocky dirt. Like, there's no way I could. You're brave.
Yeah, I was like, I lucked out. The best way I learned is either just time it perfectly or have someone help you across the barricade.
Right. Have homies to like boost each other and pull each other over and shit.
Yeah, so there's like footage of me actually getting on stage. It's really awesome.
Oh, that's dope.
So there's like me like showing the stage and then like the crowd, and at one point you can like see the camera panned on me, and at one point you can see Jay and Shaggy vibing out all next to me.
That's so sick. Hell yeah.
Yeah, just to watch them open up with Take Me Away, I fucking love that song. I always say that needs to be the opener for a lot of their shows.
Uh-huh. It was so beautiful. It was, man, such a freaking great set.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite sets. And then, of course, The Gathering in 2019, I loved that set because then they recorded everything from Dog Beats all the way to Flip the Rat. So they would perform they would perform that, then they perform a track off a Joker's card, and then they do an EP or a slideshow. Then they go into the next album.
Yeah, that I was geeking out during that, like how they were doing like one track from like every like just in order, like through like the whole ICP discography and like history. Like I was so geeked about that. That was an amazing show too.
Then you probably remember when they ended with Be Safe and then everyone lit that couch on fire.
Yeah, I totally remember. Yeah, my homies were like back. All of my 801 fam usually kicks it back by the sound booth, but I like to get a little closer for ICP, and they like held onto my merch, and so I just turned around and saw fire and just like went running. My friends are okay, and I hope my merch is okay. Like I just seen people throwing stuff in there, and I was like, oh my god, that was insane. We at that gathering during Tech 9. I had a firework explode like right in front of me, like one of the big aerials. It hit like right in front of us and just like kaboom. Like it didn't hurt me or anything, but it hurt the girl in front of me, and that was freaking scary too. Crazy shit.
Yeah, and then seeing Ouija like headline the gathering those 2 years is awesome. Like especially at the one in like a few years ago in 2021 when he brought like the car on stage, that was awesome.
Yeah, Ouija's dope, and like DJ Chunk's my homie. Like he's from Utah, and he's 801 fam, and so I'm so proud of that kid. And ever since Ouija's had DJ Chunk, like his stage show is just like excelled. Like it's amazing now. Like, and they're killing it. Hella proud of those guys.
Oh yeah, we definitely have had Chunk on the show. We hope to get him back on someday. Chunk, if you're watching, which I know you are, get back on here, man.
Whoop whoop, Chunk.
Hell yeah. And what, in your opinion, is like the greatest like psychopathic like album of all time? Like for me, it's that original Tales from the Lotus, the Red Cross with Mars. In my opinion, that's like the #1 Psychopathic Records album of all time.
Oh man, like you might be right, but it might be a toss up between that and Wizard of the Hood.
Yeah, for me, it's that, Wizard of the Hood, and then #3 would probably be like that first Zug Island Crack Tiles album.
Crack Tiles is amazing too. If we're talking like compilations, I don't know, Psychopathics from Outer Space 2 is really fresh also. It's so hard to pick because there's so much like wonderful music.
It is. It's like, that's why I don't know how some people can like come up with these lists. It's hard. Like there was like a few years ago where juggalos were doing videos saying rank the Joker cards. That was hard for me to do.
Yeah, that's really hard because I mean I have like my favorite, but also like I mean Ringmaster's my favorite Joker's card, but that's also like maybe not my favorite musically, but it's just like it gave me like the first Carnival vibes, and so it's like there's so many factors to consider.
Yeah, that's why when people always ask me what's my favorite Joker's card, I'm like, it all depends on my mood. I'm like, what are we talking about? Music-wise, art-wise, what are we talking about? Story-wise?
Yeah, for sure.
Because as far as like story-wise, I love the story for a lot of them, and that's one thing why I love them is every album sounds different and it has its own sound and unique theme.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, and they are like just great for different moods. One of my favorite things to do is just like listen to them in order, just bump them all in their entirety and just, I don't know, soak them in. I feel like I have to do that once every few years at least.
Oh yeah, I do that every time, especially when there was a new Joker's card coming out. That's what I would do.
Hell yeah.
And then
And I'm a fan of like the second deck too. Like, oh, thanks, Lady Chaos.
Yeah,
I would love to design.
That's my
something for you
wife.
guys. She's so sweet. I saw her when you guys were interviewing HB the Grizzly. You guys are adorable, and I would totally love to design something for you.
Oh yeah, if you ever want to design anything for us, let us know.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I love collaborating with people and just making ideas come to life.
Oh yeah. But yeah, I love Wicked Dream Creations too. She is like phenomenal. Like I have like a backpack of her, and it's like Fearless Fred Fury, but in the like design of a butterfly.
Mm-hmm. Yep, they're way super dope. I have a bunch of their pins, and a bunch of their stuff. And they're super dope. When I was getting started with my business too, like I reached out to them and asked them some questions, and they were super cool. Like some people are like, oh, I don't want to let go of my secrets, but I don't know. I'm always happy to like collaborate and, share those things with people. And like, there's room for everybody to succeed. We're all inspired and doing things a little bit differently. Like nobody's taken off of anybody else's plate,
Exactly. It's like, I want to see everyone succeed, especially those who have a love and appreciation for like this scene and this culture.
Absolutely, because, the clowns aren't going to be around forever, and it's going to be up to us to keep it alive.
Exactly, and that's why I tell people we just got to weed out the bad apples, just like any other culture.
Absolutely. Just start punching them in the face.
Yep, or give them Juggalo justice. Like me and my last guest said this, that we need shirts that say, I support Juggalo justice, if anyone knows that term.
Yeah, for sure. I would be down with that movement.
Especially if you've been in the gathering, you all know what Juggalo justice means.
Yes. That needs to be a more often type of thing.
Yep.
Yeah, it's so easy to just like distance yourself or like, look away like, oh, those aren't my friends, or like, but I don't know. I think that we need to be loud about like the kind of people that we don't want, in our community.
Exactly, and to those who try to be in this community for clout, we say fuck you.
Yeah, for real. We don't want no predators and pedophiles and fucking like, no, go hang out elsewhere, please.
Yep. I made a joke. I was like, clout, it sounds like a freaking disease.
It does. It sounds like an STD, something that I definitely don't want to catch.
But hell yeah, like me and my fiance are planning on trying to do an annual event down here where every year is going to be like for a good charity, and it's going to be called like Karma Fest. So if you ever want to come down there and like have a booth like to sell your stuff, definitely let us know.
That would be super dope. I would love to. I'm trying to get to where I can like travel and fund the business more and do more things. I have a really awesome friend in Florida. I don't know if you know her, Ellie Porter. She runs the psychopathic street team down there, and she has a couple small businesses too. She makes banners and stuff. She made my banner, and she makes like most of the banners you see at the gathering, and then she also makes really cute like cakes and cookies and stuff, and she lives out in Florida.
Oh, I think I have heard of her. Have her hit me up. I would like to have her on the show, or I might get at her like to make a banner for me.
Absolutely. I'm sure she'd love to. She's so awesome. She's the sweetest lady. And if you guys, live close by, like definitely collaborate, and because she's, passionate about the scene too.
Yeah, because that's one thing we're trying to bring back is like the scene down here in Florida. Because I hear a lot from people that from 99 to 2012, that's when like the Juggalo scene down here was lit. Like there's still Juggalos down here. They're just few and far in between. And they only come out like when there's like shows and whatnot.
Yeah, that's how it is here too, kind of. And I mean, even lots of Juggalos won't come out for shows anymore. Like they're just sitting at home with their families, and like, I'm proud of them holding it down and like being responsible and doing their thing. But like, it's okay to juggle once in a while. We miss you. Like, come hang out.
Yeah, it's like it's okay to go like enjoy a concert after like getting away from the bullshit of the world.
Right after you work your ass off and like change dirty diapers and clean your house all week, like come do hood rat shit with your friend.
Hell yeah. Well, do you have any other like plugins before we let you go? And can your boy get shout outs? And do you have any other shout outs?
Absolutely. Let me shout out Don Chaos. Thank you so much for having me on the show. It's been tons of fun. I want to shout out my homeboy Wally Havoc, JFF Records. I want to shout out DJ Chunk. I want to shout out Stein Entertainment. I want to shout out all my Jugga sisters. Check out this fresh charm. I'm probably forgetting people, but all my homies, I love you and thank you so much for watching if you did.
Hell yeah, and me and my wife will definitely be spokespeople for your stuff. You'll see us rocking it and promoting it heavily.
Dope. Thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate you guys.
Hell yeah, and you have a good night, and you're always welcome back on the show. Like, if you ever have a new design coming out or anything, just hit me up and I will book a spot for you to come on the show.
Absolutely. I'd love to come back. Thank you so much, Don Chaos. Much love. Whoop whoop.
Hell yeah, whoop whoop. Hell yeah, y'all. That was Cosmic Horror Show. Make sure you guys go follow her on Facebook and Instagram. Links down below. Links down to her store. And hell yeah. So with that said, we are going to take a music break. And yeah. We're going to go ahead and take a music break. Let me see if I can get my screen share option working. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and screen share, y'all. So we're gonna get a little track going. So yeah, let's go ahead and let's see if my screen share option works now. Okay, present screen share. Okay, y'all. All right, y'all. I had no idea what happened. For some reason, our internet router went out. We don't know. Why?
There goes the
It- That's being stupid, y'all.
Very interesting.
Very interesting, but stupid. Anywho, but yes, thank you for our guest for coming on the show. Lady Chaos is definitely a fan of your work,
Very much so.
and we will definitely be rocking your stuff.
Absolutely.
And why I'm still getting notifications when I turn them off, I have no idea. On why my screen share option's not working, I have no idea. Don't know. But yeah, let's get into some topics before we end the show.
Just pretend I'm not here.
Let's see. First topic, of course, there is some events going down. Of course, one is the Juggalo Day Jump Off. And that features DJ Clay performing, as well as our homie Andrew Ponix will be DJing. Yay, yay. Hell yeah. I don't know why my Discord's being all weird, y'all.
Because you need to turn your fucking notifications off.
I thought I did. And they're still going off for some odd reason. Don't know. Anywho, let's get into some topics. But yeah, that's going down. Of course, tomorrow we are going to be joined by, for another Hours of Chaos podcast, we're going to be joined by the homie Acetone. So make sure you guys definitely tune in to that. Yeah. And I can hear my voice echoing on the...
Hello.
Shut up.
See, on the scale. It's a mess over here.
It's a mess over here. It's definitely chaotic around here.
Very chaotic.
Shut up, Scale.
Hello.
Shut up.
Please get on the scale.
God. But yes, Acetone will be joining us tomorrow. Again, we do have a free ticket to the super famous Fun Time Super Show 3. We still have a ticket, so if you guys want to go to the show, let me know. It's Saturday, Wednesday.
Saturday, Wednesday?
God damn it. It is Saturday, March 25th. So, if you want to go to the show.
AKA Saturday, Wednesday.
Yes, what she said. Anywho. Fucking internet outage. Anywho. But yes, if you guys want to go to the show, let me know. I do have a free ticket. And I don't know. Like I said, I don't know how anyone just doesn't want a free ticket. How do you not want a free ticket? Just saying. Anywho. Again, also, ICP is nominated for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, so for Detroit, so go vote for him. Do it. Also, for anyone who is in the Tampa area, there's this dope show coming up called Tampa Throwback Jam, and the performances are Ice Cube, Bone Thugs and Harmony, 2 Live Crew, and Color Me Bad, y'all. Holy shit.
Oh, go into that.
Yes,
hell yes.
we are so going to that.
I fucking know it.
Fuck yeah. Yeah. And then for your guys' little Juggalo related meme, shout outs to the homie Denkalo Art for this. Here's your Juggalo related meme that is probably relatable to some of you people out there. It is called, it says, me at 3 a.m. reading all 476 comments of my Juggalo homies arguing on the internet. Or you could just say, Juggalos that like to argue on the internet. That's what it should be. Yeah. Also, tonight is the official another Lazy and Crazy drop for Ouija Mac and Lazy and Crazy. Look at that dope drip. Look at that. That's dope. Yeah. Anywho, I think that's all we have. Well, of course, not tomorrow, but yeah, it is tomorrow. Tomorrow, Bloody Sunday, Violent J's new solo album is out. So I will be listening to that, and me and Lady Chaos will be doing reaction videos to some tracks that we want to listen to. So yeah, if I can figure out the screen share feature on my computer again, and damn Discord quit going off.
I'll fix that for you later.
Anywho, but yes, Bloody Sunday comes out tomorrow. Of course, make sure you tune into DC Fago Guy, who will be doing his live listening party tomorrow. If you want to go do that. So, yeah. Also, the polls for the Replicon Radio Awards for radio show / podcast, YouTube of the year. The polls are closed, but you guys know who I want to see win. I want to see the homie LB Sickening with It's Just Music win. So hopefully he wins. Anywho.
I'm rooting for Horrorshow.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I am going to kill my Discord tonight. I really am.
Are you?
Yeah. Not really. God, I don't know why that's going off when I just turn the notifications off. Anywho.
You didn't do it right.
Anywho, y'all. But yes, this has been the Hours of Chaos podcast. We will see you guys tomorrow on Juggalo Day. Officially Juggalo not day night, because it's going to be the 17th tomorrow to kick off Juggalo weekend. Acetone is going to be joining us. Apparently, he's going to be bringing a very special guest who we don't know, but apparently it's going to be another history-making episode of Hours of Chaos podcast. See you guys tomorrow. Deuces.